The Kilobi Inquiries is a presence or awareness-based somatic processing method that is unique. And it is unique for me because it provides all the tools and knowledge that we need to be able to open and process all the layers of our emotional, somatic, or in other words, our self-repression that got embedded in our body-minds in childhood and throughout our lives, generating our unconscious behavior and also causing various issues in our lives. While training with me, you can learn how to reach deeper and deeper layers of your emotional and self-repression. In KI, we divided these layers into 3 main dimensions just for the sake of easier understanding throughout your process. So, when we start the training, through the first dimensional work, first you can learn how to be present in your body and how to be emotionally honest. And emotional honesty here simply means that you can learn to be a witness to your emotions and thoughts. Not to get over them or to get beyond them, but by making unconscious resistant thoughts towards the emotion conscious. So you will be able to rest in your presence in a more regulated way. And in this way, you don't have to worry about not being accepted or being rejected when you feel and express your emotions and yourself with other people. And as you go deeper during the training, through the second dimensional work, you can also learn how to bring up and change your unconscious behavioral patterns with somatic processing, as well as your thought patterns and deficiency stories. In other words, your emotional woundedness. For example, I'm unlovable, I'm unwanted, I'm not good enough, I deserve to be punished, I'm bad, there is something wrong with me, I can't trust myself. And so on. There are many. But all of them spring from the same core woundedness or sense of lack. And you'll be able to see all these beliefs that make you feel you don't deserve to live life in its fullness or to be loved fully just for who you are. You will also learn how to work with these emotional wounds and patterns in the long term with KI somatic processing tools, so they can change in the long term and so you don't have to feel stuck in your life and relationships anymore. Here, in the second dimension, you will be able to see more and more the root of these patterns that run through your personality and the root of your addictions, compulsions, relationship issues, chronic or recurring pain and health issues that you might have, and the root of all visible effects that makes you unable to fulfill yourself in your life on the material level or on the level of success. And as we go deeper and things become clearer and clearer through your own self-work and practice, you will probably find yourself naturally turning more and more towards the root cause of all these issues. And this is your emotional repression caused by unprocessed traumas you experienced mainly with your mom and dad, or the other people who you lived with when you were a little child. You will see more and more that you started to repress certain emotions and aspects within yourself at a very early age. And through this repression, you developed a personality or behavior that probably causes some suffering and tension in your body, in your life, and relationships. And it is the third dimensional repression and trauma work where you'll understand more and more the repetitive nature of KI and why it is essential to learn these somatic tools for yourself to sharpen your skills in self-facilitation. As these tools and the new somatic approach becomes a part of your regular practice and also your consciousness and approach, you will be able to deprogram and reverse your emotional repressive mechanism in the long term, so you don't have to give up your freedom anymore and go back to your old patterns just to have a limited sense of safety. And it was the same for me. Going to the root of my repression through this process taught me profound skills. And also very deep human compassion and love toward myself. And I gradually understood all the aspects and small particles of the approach of this work that we call the natural recovery from suffering within the KI approach. And that's what I use with my clients and trainees today as a facilitator and trainer. The deep skills, compassion, love and understanding that naturally grew and became embodied through my process and learning. These are the skills I use with people who come to me for sessions or training. And I wish to show you too that it's all within you too. And that by discovering this through your own process, you can also become a very competent KI facilitator. For yourself or for others too. Because for me, working with people and being on their side in their process is such a joy. And it's also very touching to see people during the sessions and throughout their process as they develop the ability to go back to those difficult events or relationships in their lives where they got stuck and their emotions got frozen in their bodies. But with these tools, they are able to open it, feel it, and process it. And so then they are able to change and also to experience life and their relationships in a much freer and happier way as they come out of repression. Because living and experiencing life without repression is a very different experience. A life that is experienced through a deep aliveness and freedom without any limitations.